Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
We have with us Deepak Agarwal, who is the Divisional Commissioner of Varanasi, and the Kashi Vishwanath Dham project is being carried out under your supervision. Can you tell us a little about this project, which I believe was launched in 2018?
Sri Kashi Vishwanath Dham is a project which has been envisaged to ease the comfort level of the lakhs of pilgrims and visitors who belong to this shrine from not just across India but across the globe. It comprises of around 5 hectares of land, and we are creating 24 buildings, and it will create number of public amenities to cater to the visitors, and we are creating a lot of other buildings in terms of like a guest house, tourist facilitation center, public amenities like toilets, locker rooms, hospice, a number of other buildings. And it will be completed by, we are planning to complete it by November this year, and it will be dedicated to the people after that.
There are a number of temples that are also being restored. How did you find out about those temples? Where were they? Were they actually encroached upon?
So when we got about purchasing the properties which fell under this project, so there were around 400 odd properties, and in number of them, when we started removing those structures, inside those structures we found some old temples, and there were around 60 odd of them. Some were small, some medium sized, and some pretty big temples. So we had to go back to our drawing board and revise our architectural plan, and during the process we wanted to conserve these old temples, and we hired a conservation architect, and we are restoring all those temples to their former glory. And we are also trying to find out the history and the way it was made, in which style it was made. And ASI and Department of Art and Culture, Varanasi, Banaras Hindu University is helping us in that process. And so we'll be restoring all of them and will become part of this entire complex.
When can we expect this project to be complete and inaugurated?
We are planning to complete it by November this year. This time the floods, that is the water level, has been more than the average. So the some of the works around the ghats has been slightly delayed, but we have put in more resources, and we are very confident that we'll be able to complete it by November this year.
A lot of environmentalists and activists had raised concern that this project will actually lead to change in the course of the river. Many of them had said that no proper study has been conducted, which should have been, and many said even if it has been done, it has not been made public. What's your response to that?
See, right from the very beginning, the entire plan is not just in public domain, but it's in the entire social media domain. The entire walkthrough, the entire project, and as I said that the site which you went today, it is open to public. It's not as if we have created an iron curtain around it. All the media people, all the experts, that area is accessible to. Even now during the construction there is some problem, but otherwise the area was access to every one of them. So there was another project, I think you are confusing it with that. We had there was a study which about 4 or 5 years ago, which said that there has been some scouring by Ganges on this side of the river, because there was a lot of sedimentation and silting which has taken place over the period. So we had carried out a dredging work on that side of the Ganges, and there were some issues which was raised, and I said that this flood is a test case, and after the water level comes to the normal level, we'll have a re-study of the entire project on that side. The temple project has said that we are not interfering in any way. The jetty, only the jetty is being constructed, that has been cleared by Inland Waterways Authority of India. That is the nodal body for getting the clearance of the jetty. We have obtained the environmental clearance also. We have taken all the clearances, mandatory clearances, and we are pretty sure that we are not violating any environmental guidelines. And just to inform you that there were around 400 buildings, we have eased the pressure on the land there, and the density of that area will decrease. So I don't understand how we are interfering with the course of the river.
You just talked about rehabilitation. How exactly was it done? Were there any concerns that were raised by those whose houses were taken up?
See, there were two sides of the two aspects of it. One was the purchase of those houses. They, as I said, that there were around 400 of them, and we didn't go through the mandatory process of coercive land acquisition, that is the act. We went through mutual negotiation. It is like you and I sitting across the table and negotiating a deal and arriving at a value which was twice the value of the market rate. So in no cases coercion was used. And the thing is that till date not a single case in any court of the country, whether it's a local civil court or the high court or the Supreme Court, not a single case is pending with regard to this project as far as land acquisition on by that I mean land purchase or rehabilitation, any matter is concerned. So all were purchased through mutual negotiation. The second part was the occupants. There were number of the different types of occupants. One were legal tenants, others were encroachers, another were like just customary tenants who didn't had any papers, but they have been there. We had a very, very liberal policy. We simply said that any person who is physically occupying that place will be suitably compensated. And I'm happy to note that all around 1400, that is including shopkeepers and residents, have been mutually agreed upon the mutually agreed upon rates. We have rehabilitated them, and few cases went up to the courts, and the courts we did file our rehabilitation policy. The court agreed to our rehabilitation policy. They directed the petitioners to come back to us and sit in the negotiating table, and only few cases went up to the various courts, and we settled them amicably. And as again I reiterate that not a single case with regard to rehabilitation is pending in any court of the country. So to say that coercion was used, I'm sorry to say that there were certain issues at the beginning of the project. There was certain apprehension when they saw that we are incorporating total transparency, and all our rehabilitation, all our purchases is on our website right from the very beginning. Each and every purchase and rehabilitation is on our website. So that is for everybody to see. So I am not at all I'll not be able to agree myself that any coercion was used in any purchase or in rehabilitation.
What is the cost of the project, and has there been any escalation in the total cost?
The total cost of the project initially was around 339 crores, excluding the GST. During the course of, as I said, that during the course of the project, number of temples, we rediscovered those temples, and due to which there was some changes in the design, because we didn't want to change the location of those temples. So we have to revisit our design, and due to which, and in the Ghat area there were certain issues due to which we have to change our design, and furniture and other lighting equipments were not originally part of that estimate, so we had to include that. So now the total project cost is around 400 odd crores, which is that is the revised project still has to be approved by the state government, but the original project of 339 crores is approved, and we are going ahead with it.
How did the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, did it have any impact on the entire construction?
See, during the first wave, we followed our mandatory that is guidelines. During that mandatory period where everything was closed, we did close the entire project. But after the relaxations were given by the central government guidelines and all the state government instructions, we started with the COVID protocol, and in the second phase we did the same. But after the restrictions were removed, we in fact revamped our manpower, and we have not changed our original deadline. The original deadline still is November 2021.
How many people, I mean, construction workers and other workers are working, and is it being done in double shifts to ensure that the target of November 2021 is met?
Around 1200 workers are working almost round the clock. The reason is that during the day hours, we have not even closed a temple single day for the construction. So during the day hours, there are certain areas where the construction can't happen. That is during around the Mandir Parasat, there's a lot of movement, and during the Shravan Maas, there was a lot of pilgrims who were thronging to the temple. So we do work in the night because the night hours the temple is closed and we have less traffic issues, and because there is some site constraint. You must have seen the site of the movement of heavy vehicles and all. So yes, we do carry out work in the night, and that has helped us in speeding up the work, and will be, as I said, meeting the target of November 2021.
The entire area comes under the red zone, so security is a major concern. How, as part of the project, what kind of measures are being taken for that?
First, not the entire area comes under the red zone, in the sense only the that is temple premises plus the mosque, and there was a designated area which come under the red zone. The area from the ghat up to the Mandir Chowk, it is not a red zone, so there is no security issues there. But yes, we have taken all the stakeholders as far as security is concerned, that is CRPF, the civil police and the PSC, into confidence. We have our regular meetings with them, and we do have temporary structures coming up to prevent any security lapse. So right till date, there has been no such incident, and we hope that the work will go on smoothly. And with regard to the security structure will come up after this project. Not only we are doing what was there, but we are taking a step forward, and we are including modern technology, a lot of CCTV cameras and a central command room, and other security equipment like baggage scanners and all those stuff to strengthen the security setup of the entire area.
There were reports in the media then the Gyanvapi mosque had also sort of given a piece of land for the entire project. Is that true?
So there was a Waqf board land which was given to the Home Department long ago for constructing of a control room, but the deed said that purpose, that is only it has to be for the control room purposes only. So that was coming in our project area. We are not constructing any building on top of that land area, but we wanted to create a kind of a way for smooth movement of the public. So we started negotiation about 1.5 years ago with the local committee of the work board, and we said that it is a win-win situation for both of us, because they didn't have the possession of the land. So we gave them a land elsewhere, commercial land elsewhere across the road, and they willingly agreed to exchange that parcel with the land which we were giving, and we sent that proposal to the state government. The state government and the Sunni Waqf board at the government level agreed to it, and we were able to finalize the exchange, and it has been mutually agreed upon, and I think it's a win-win situation both the parties.
Just one last question. We were told that during Savan, during Shivratri, the Kumbh, more than 2 lakhs or 3 lakh visitors used to come. So how is this project going to help in easing traffic and ensuring that people also have space to walk?
I don't know whether you have visited this shrine earlier or not, but those who have visited this shrine earlier, especially for the old age, senior citizen, the females, and other Divyang people, it was a tough time negotiating the narrow lanes and by-lanes and number of steps, number of level differences. With no public amenities on either side, people used to wait for, especially during Shravan month and Mahashivratri, people had to wait for 5 to 6 hours in the queue with no public amenities on either side. And it was really a tough sight to behold. And as far as going back to 1916, when Mahatma Gandhi ji came to Varanasi, and he visited this place, and he gave a speech in Banaras Hindu University, stating that things have to improve with the temples, that is the area around this temple. So as you said, that 2 lakhs people visiting this place, now we are creating a pathway which will have 3 different access, that is 2-3 roads, and one for the first time through the waterways. Waterways is the least what you call resistant way to transport people. So we are creating a modern that is place to for them to take the boats, that is in Khidkiya Ghat and Raj Ghat. So people can take the boats from Khidkiya and Raj Ghat. They can simply take a boat ride to the jetty at Jalasain Ghat, and they can walk up. Not just walk up, we have placed ramps and above the flood level we have placed escalators and lifts, so any person, whatever the age or their abilities be, they can with total access control from right from the ghats till the temple. They have we have ramps or escalators, and they can come to the temple. Not only that, as I said, that we are creating 3 Yatri Suvidha Kendra on all these 3 entrances. That will facilitate, like earlier people didn't know where they have to keep their slippers, where they have to keep their mobile and other equipments which are not allowed in the temple. So they used to just keep them in a very unorganized way. So we are creating 3 different Yatri Suvidha Kendras, which will be like a total one-stop solution for everything. They will have their lockers there, they will have their security checkup here, they will have their public amenities, washrooms there. They can buy some prasad and all, whatever, some souvenir. They can buy things from there. So it will be a one-stop solution to all those issues. And apart from that, we are also creating a old age home, Mumukshu Bhavan. So a lot of people have a wish of spending the last time of their life in Kashi. So we are creating a small Mumukshu Bhavan which will cater to that need. The most important part of it, that Marnikanika Ghat, which is a iconic ghat of not just this place but for the entire country and the world. It was in a state which required some improvement. So under this project itself, we are making it in a very, very organized, which will have platforms and a very healthy way of giving them the last farewell to those people who coming to cremate their near and dear ones. And apart from that, we are also creating a what you call a small museum which will showcase the entire history of this place and how it was built and how it came up. Apart from that, we are having certain shops also, and will be giving them on priority to those who have been rehabilitated, who have been displaced from this project. But obviously will not be able to accommodate all of them, but obviously on priority basis we will be giving them to them. So we are also creating a Vedic center. We are creating a multi-purpose hall. We are creating a Mandir Chowk where earlier people used to just spend a few seconds inside the temple, and they were out in just a matter of minutes, and they used to spend days to come to this place, and they didn't had a time to sit and meditate or just pray to God. So we are creating a very big Mandir Chowk around 40 meter by 70 meter area, and where people can just sit and relax and meditate or do whatever they want, and they can spend some quality time with their families and friends in this place. So all in all, I think we'll be creating a world-class infrastructure for this place, where already there's a lot of footfall, and we expect that the footfall will increase.
Thank you so much for sharing these details with us. With Praveen Jain, this is Neelam Pandey reporting for The Print from Varanasi.